Travis Wayne Goodsell with another one of his impressions. I'm just going to come right out now. Now is the time, after all these years, to delay with what I'm about to... Leave the church, Mormons. That's my impression right now. Leave the church. Get out. I'm not talking necessarily about giving the bishop a written notification. Just don't ever go back. Don't have anything to do with the church. This is a warning. Not from me, from my impression. We're in the latter days. Mosiah 26:6. For it came to pass that they, the people of God, the church was being split at this time under Mosiah. And so there were Mormons who did deceive many with their flattering words. Do you know what flattering is? It's fake praise. Oh, that dress makes you look so thin. And there we go. Sidetrack. Derail the whole video. And did cause them to commit many sins. So that's what happens when people are deceiving you with flattery, pacification, or just outright deception, lies, and they get angry with you if you do not accept them, accept their lies. You know, they want you to commit sin. This is what's called compromat, where they get you in trouble so that they can hold it against you when you want to back out or betray them, snitch, rat, whatever you want to call it. Oh, wouldn't it be too bad if the police got word of what you did within the statute of limitations? It would be a shame for them to find out. So I expect you to do what we ask. You know, those kinds of things. Therefore, it became expedient that those who committed sin that were in the church should be admonished by the church. Well, the ones who are deceiving are the church leaders. That's my warning for you. Get out now. I continue. Doctrine and Covenants, section 10, verse 25. Actually, even before. 22. Satan stirreth them up, that they may lead their souls to destruction. There's my warning. Destruction is coming. Satan has stirred you up. And so I'm warning you. Get out of the church. Turn away. And thus he, Satan, has laid a cunning plan, thinking to destroy the work of God. But I will require this at their hands, and it shall turn to their shame and condemnation in the day of judgment. That's now. Get out of the church. Get out now. Leave. Don't go to church on Sunday. Don't participate in the rain fast. Yea, he stirreth up their hearts to anger against this work. Yea, he saith unto them, deceive, and lie in wait to catch, that ye may destroy. Behold, this is no harm. I have terrorists from the Mormon Church on my channel, commenting, putting thumbs down, who are specifically stalking me, angry with me, to deceive and lie in wait to attack with a hate comment and a death threat. They have been snared by Lucifer. And they hide behind their computer, thinking there's no harm. Nobody knows who I am. I can remain anonymous. As I put my thumbs down, as I use a fake channel name to attack. And thus he flattereth them, and telleth them that there is no sin to lie, that they may catch a man in a lie, that they may destroy him. This comes from Abinadi. The priests were interrogating him, hoping to trip Abinadi up, that they may catch him in a lie. They took his words out of context. They misinterpreted what he said, and in the end, they had to murder him. Get out of the church. Get out now, that they may destroy him. In the Book of Mormon, Helaman, chapter 6. But behold, Satan did stir up the hearts of the more part of the Nephites, insomuch that they did unite with those bands of robbers, and did enter into their religious covenants and their religious oaths, that they would protect and preserve one another in whatsoever difficult circumstances they should be placed. Get out of the church. Get out now. That they should not suffer for their murders, their plunderings, and their stealings. And it came to pass that they did have their signs, yea, their secret signs, and their secret words, that they might distinguish a brother who had entered into the covenant, that whatsoever wickedness his brother should do, he should not be injured by his brother, nor by those who did belong to his band, who had taken this covenant. And thus they might murder, plunder, steal, commit whoredoms, and all manner of wickedness, contrary to the laws of that country, their country, and also the laws of their God. Which means they're in a church that's a front for their criminal activities. They claim on the outside, we're religious people, we believe in God, we believe in being good, but in reality, behind the scenes, they are murderers, plunderers, stealers, rapists. So what is this sign? We go to 1 Nephi chapter 13. Verse 4, And it came to pass that I saw among the nations of the Gentiles the formation of a great church. And the angel said unto me, Behold, the foundation of a great church, which is most abominable above all other churches, which slayeth the saints of God. Which church on the earth has saints? Catholics don't call their members saints. That's reserved for special people with a made-up history. St. Patrick, for example. The snakes were already chased out of Ireland before he got there. Which slayeth the saints of God, yea, tortureth them, and bindeth them down, and yoketh them with a yoke of iron, and bringeth them down into captivity. Are you familiar with slavery? Are you familiar with sex slavery? I've exposed this in the church. Get out now. Leave. Get out of Babylon. It is about to be destroyed. Doctrine and Covenants 1:16. And it shall come to pass that I beheld this great and abominable church, and I saw the devil, that he was the founder of it. And I also saw gold and silver and silks and scarlets and fine twined linen and all manner of precious clothing. They are filthy rich. Their buildings are elaborate and filthy rich. But they neglect the poor. Sodom, according to Ezekiel, was destroyed because they were filthy rich and neglected the poor. I believe it's 16, because 17 would be the parable of the latter-day Moses, Mormon Moses. And I saw many wives, call them harlots here, and they destroy the scriptures. They refuse to translate the Bible correctly. They took out the Apocrypha. They refused to add new scripture. The Egyptians, there's a whole ton of it. They're not even finishing the translation of facsimile number 3. Get out of the church. Get out now. So again, I keep on going. We'll show you the symbol of that secret sign. That's not only the garments, which has the masonry marks, the square and the compass, and the knee, which 76, maybe I should go to that first. Let's see. Telestial inhabitants, 109 and 76. We saw the glory and inhabitants of the telestial world. Remember? 3 degrees. So not celestial, not terrestrial. These are the worst of the worst of humanity who are still going to get a kingdom. That they were innumerable as the stars in the firmament of heaven, or as the sand upon the seashore, and heard the voice of the Lord saying, These all shall bow the knee, and every tongue confess to him who sits upon the throne forever and ever. For they shall be judged according to their works, and every man shall receive according to his works his own dominion. The terrestrial and celestial don't bow when they confess. But the confession isn't a confession for those who already know. It's a testament. I testify that Jesus is the Christ. To him who sits upon the throne. He doesn't even say Jesus Christ here. And he refers to the Most High Son, thus Amen, of the Egyptian gods, the sun at noonday. Alright, so let's go back to 2nd Nephi. Is it 24 or is it 26? Nope, 24. In verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, a falling star, an inverted pentagram, not a pentagram, which is a star, an inverted pentagram, pointing down for falling as its symbol. O Lucifer, son of the morning. This goes back to the Vulgate version in Latin. Art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Celestial kingdom, if you're not aware. That is his symbol. At the end of this video, I will show you my wedding picture at the Salt Lake Temple doors with the keystone. The keystone means that the doctrines symbolized by the keystone are what are taught within. Remember the covenants and the oaths of the secret band of Gadianton, whom the Mormons joined? The Nephites joined? We now refer you to section 1, verse 14. The arm of the Lord shall be revealed, and the day cometh that they who will not hear the voice of the Lord. The Mormon Moses, section 103, verse 16. Neither the voice of his servants, neither give heed to the words of the scriptural prophets and apostles. And we can include Joseph Smith, since he's giving this. Shall be cut off from among the people. Leave the church. You will be cut off if you think you can sneak in. For they have strayed from mine ordinances, Mormons, and have broken mine everlasting covenant. Mormons are the only ones who can do this. Saints. The false prophet can only be from the Mormon church. They seek not the Lord to establish his righteousness. You didn't even know until I told you that we're supposed to be looking for a Mormon Messiah, a Mormon Christ, who is like Moses, who will lead you in an exodus. But every Mormon walketh in their own way, after the image of their own God, shall perish in Babylon, even Babylon the Great, which shall fall. Babylon is coded. It's the church. Get out, leave immediately. This is for your protection. I'm trying to save you, despite your attempts to hate me and have me murdered. Get out. And thus, knowing the calamity, called Joseph Smith Jr. So, yeah, I need to remember to put my wedding photo at the back of this.